Okay, so let's look at exercise 5-19. And these are purchases of inventory. For this chapter, we're going to assume a perpetual inventory system. And what we mean by a perpetual inventory system is, when you go into Walmart and they scan the merchandise you get, each time they scan that item of merchandise, it deducts one from the inventory. That's how you can go into a store, for example, Target in Fort Wayne, and they can tell you that if they don't have that particular item of merchandise, what other stores have that merchandise in stock, and they can tell you exactly how many they have because they keep track of each individual item. And that's you can do that through the use of computer technology. So we're going to do the journal entries then for exercise 5-19. So the first thing is journalize the transaction required by Kingston Tires. Do not round numbers. Okay, so we're going to look at the total amount of the invoice, which is $929.60. And so our debit is going to be to merchandise inventory. For $929.60. And our credit is going to be to accounts payable. $929.60. Just like that. Then in item number 2, now we have a return. We have a return of some of the merchandise. So we returned it. And so that's going to reduce the amount of our merchandise inventory and also reduce the amount of our accounts payable by the amount of the item that we returned, which is $152.48. And so our entry is going to be to accounts payable and merchandise inventory. And notice it's just the entries are just the exact opposite because we got stuff in and now we're sending it back. So it's logical that it's just the opposite. Okay? Then the last one is we pay this invoice now on October 1st, which is within the discount period. If you look at the top of the invoice, you'll see right here that it's a 1% discount. Okay? So the first thing we have to do is we have to take the $929.60 and subtract the $152.48. And that gives us $777.12. And that's how much we're going to pay. And so this amount, that's the amount that's going to come off on accounts payable. Okay? So we're going to do accounts payable for $777.12. We have to do that because that's how much is showing on our accounts payable. But we're going to get a 1% discount here, so we're only going to pay $769.35. Is going to be the amount of cash that we're going to pay. And the difference between those two, the amount of our discount is going to be a reduction in our merchandise inventory account. Okay. Simple as that. Now, to be honest with you, the sales or the purchase side of these transactions is probably easier than the sales side. Okay? So I want you to relook at problem 21. Spend some time particularly on page 263 and 264 and work on the sale side of these transactions. Notice the sale requires that you make entries to 4 accounts, not 2 accounts. A debit to cash or accounts receivable and a credit to revenue. And then a debit to cost of goods sold and a credit to merchandise inventory. Okay? The first entry is going to be for the full retail price, and the second entry is going to be what the inventory cost me. Okay? So spend some time with that, and we'll go over those transactions. And if you'll do one more problem for me for Friday, just do 2 problems, that problem 21 and the next problem. Actually, let's do this. Let's do 21 and 22. That'll give you some transactions, some sales transactions, and some purchase transactions. So we'll do 21 and 22 then for Friday. Thank you. Also, a bunch of you turned in your homework. All of you need to turn in your homework. We're not going to be able to make it through this semester if you're not doing homework. So it's really important that you do homework. Please submit your homework to me, please. All right. I'll talk to you. I'll upload a new video on Thursday night. All right. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye.